Alright guys, so I wanted to make this video almost immediately after watching State of the Game. So this will be a lot more emotional for once, and I think that's probably best for me to kind of get across how I feel. So apologies in advance if I ramble on a bit, but I wanted to make this as raw as possible. So I've made some bullet points that I'll go over rather than kind of a full-on script, so let's begin. Let me know if you prefer this kind of ramble style of video talking about one subject. It's something that I rarely do just because I prefer the script and stuff. It stops me from saying all the time or making mistakes, but I thought for this one, because of the news, I'll just get straight into it. So if you didn't watch State of the Game this week, or you have somehow skipped over the title of this video, Codename Nightmare, the time-limited gameplay event set within the walls of Kenley College, the time-limited event revealed during Ubisoft Forward by Yannick a little while ago now. I can't remember exactly when it was. This was kind of meant to offer this unique experience. The one thing I thought that might give us some new gameplay content for a couple of weeks. That thing, yeah, it's been cancelled. I'll be honest, guys. I actually don't know how I feel. I'm actually kind of really torn here. I feel kind of disappointed and angry, but also understanding and relieved, actually, which is strange, and I'll get to the reasons why I am pretty lost here. So let me just go over kind of each point that I'm thinking about in my head. So the first one is, I'm looking forward to Season 4. The dated mine information that we have about the ending of Season 4, that has me excited for what's to come next. I'm looking forward to upgrading my DPS, skill hybrid build, the build that I've been running for a very long time now. Because we got the new brand set, the Empress one, we got the new exotic assault rifle capacitor, and the new exotic holster as well. I can't quite remember the name of that one. I'm sure it'll come to me shortly. So I'm looking to upgrade that. And there'll be something to farm for, which is great. Now, I've not been playing the game really for the last kind of couple of weeks. I mean, I've been going in kind of here and there, but I'm just waiting for Season 4 to begin so that I can start grinding again. But I know that all of this stuff that comes with Season 4, the reward tracks and stuff, it's short-lived, right? Now, once the season track has been completed, once the first global event has been done, and the apparel events, there's going to be really nothing more for me to want to do or chase. And that won't be the same for everyone. Some people will be interested in the leagues and stuff, but that's not really interesting to me. I was hoping that Codename Nightmare would, give me a reason to go back and play Kenley College. Something that I've not done since getting the diamond back, which is, what, like a year ago? Or maybe more. I can't quite remember. My timekeeping's pretty awful. But the point is, it's been a very long time. And then B, a new type of gameplay to engage with in a zone that I've not been to in forever. So that's point one. For number two, I've never really enjoyed the Kenley College area. I think when it first came out, it was new material, so I kind of went in there and I did enjoy it. But after that point, yeah, I've never, as I said, I've never been back there. So I'm kind of relieved that I'm not going to be forced to go there, even with some new gameplay loop. I thought it might be hunters or something like that, but even with that, just going to that area, I'm quite relieved that I'm not going to be forced to go there to get these unique cosmetics. The unique cosmetics, I did say they're kind of in the past tense, because we are still getting these, as the dev said, in February of next year. So I'm thinking, well, if I can play anything that I want to do to get these unique cosmetics, rather than play Kenley College, a mode that I'm really not that interested in, I guess that's a positive. It's not like I was expecting anything crazy good for this new gameplay loop with Codename Nightmare anyway. I did think there was going to be hunters involved, and sure, I was excited to see what this would have been, because who knows, if you take what they've done previous in the Division 1, or even some of these global events, they can do good stuff. But if you take the overall global event loops generally, then my expectations were actually quite low, to be honest. So moving on to point three, we know that this was a time-limited gameplay loop, right? That's what Yannick said in Ubisoft Forward. So let's just say this went ahead as planned. We got this new gameplay loop that was crazy good with these awesome new cosmetics. I know it's unlikely, but for the purposes of this point, let's just say all of that happened, right? So we would have got like 3 weeks or more of awesome new gameplay content, right? I don't know if it would have been 3 weeks, but it would have been a time-limited period of time. And then this would have been removed. Can you imagine the uproar within the community if that would have happened? I'd be annoyed if they bought this, really great new gameplay loop and then they took it away after 3 weeks. Like, I think that might have been worse than possibly having nothing at all. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. I would have been annoyed if they'd have done it that way, but I still would have preferred it that way, right? I would still prefer to have 3, 4, 5 weeks of this new gameplay loop that was really, really cool, and then have it taken away, than have nothing at all. But I know there'll be people out there who would have preferred to probably have nothing at all. And this is part of the reason as well, guys, that why Ubisoft in particular like to keep a lot of the stuff that's coming really close to their chest until a couple of weeks before it's due to come out. This happened with Warlords in New York. They tend not to put dates on things, especially in the Division 2. I don't know about the other games, but generally in Division 2, they don't put dates on things because what they don't want to do is set an expectation and then disappoint us, which is what has unfortunately happened here. But again, let me know in the comments, what would you prefer? Would it have been worse for you to get this, an amazing new gameplay loop for a couple of weeks than have it taken away, or just to have nothing at all? Honestly, I don't know what's worse. I would have preferred to have it and then have it taken away. Now, moving on to point 4, most games right now, they're being delayed. Or new games that have come out recently, they're coming out and they're clearly unfinished. You can look at Cyberpunk, that's been put back numerous times. It is actually due to come out shortly. I think it's in 6 days now, 8 days now. Cold War was clearly unfinished. Lots of things within the gaming community and the world is being affected due to the world issues. Now, I'm not going to say what it is because YouTube will go for the throat, but there's no way the development of this new game mode has not been affected by everything that's going on. Whether that's the main cause or not, as the devs have said, I don't know. But like a lot of you that may be working from home, things just take much longer now than when I was in the office. There's plenty of things that I cannot do, or have IT issues that write my work off for a week, stuff that I cannot control due to what's going on. So it is safe to assume the same issues have affected development of this mode. Now, I've been working from home since March, so that's 9 months, and it's only been in the last couple of weeks that I've been able to access a specific thing with the work that I do that I had access to when I was in the office, and that's 9 months later. So, and that's out of my control, right? So this stuff is a real issue. With that in mind, I can totally understand and respect the devs' decision here if they just cannot make it work. Is it possible they could have put it back to later in the year? Maybe. I mean, I don't know the dynamics, and I'm not going to pretend I do, but I'm just going to assume that it wasn't possible, and that's why they're not bringing it, because sometimes I just like to think of the positive stuff rather than the negative. Now, these are the things that are going through my head right now, which is why I'm so conflicted. These 4 points that I've made. I guess my overriding emotion right now, if I had to choose one, is probably disappointment. And I guess that's the same for most people. For me, it's just another thing, another bit of bad news. And it kind of feels like we're never going to get any real new content like game modes in the Division 2, and I think I've come to accept that now. If I had to speculate, I think this news plus the optimization coming to consoles with 4K and 60 FPS could mean the devs are working on the Division 3 and have all but ended the Division 2, with Season 4 being the last kind of real update that we're going to get, and then it will probably go to what we had in the Division 1, where we had those shields and whatever. That's what I think. If I had to guess, that's what I think is happening. This could be supported by Trick Dempsey talking about how State of the Game could look in December 2021 with Christmas decorations and stuff like that. I have no idea, obviously. It's just a sprinkle of speculation to kind of round off this video. Anyway, that's it for this one. I tried to make this more of a ramble rather than a scripted video. So let me know what you think of this type of video in the comments below. I think sometimes when we hear stuff like this, it's best just to speak what's coming out of you rather than think about what you want to say and writing it down, because I think it's just more genuine, it's more honest, and that's what I've tried to do here. So let me know if you enjoy this type of ramble down below. But that's it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you all have a good weekend, and epic out.